Looks like we've been robbed.
It's been amazing, exhausting, frustrating, anger-inducing at times.
And if we leave any later, we're only just going to get there. So to be honest, for €40, for a noisy night's sleep, no electricity, and rather neglected and stinky services, I might be writing a letter of encouragement to Disney. A naked man just climbed out the river. It's the French way, I guess.
Hi, I'm Daz and she's B, and we're on a 12-week road trip round France with our boys and our greyhound Sammy. Join us as we explore the history, beauty and fun we can squeeze in while getting to grips with the challenges of working and home educating on the road as a family in France, living a life less ordinary as we escape in the motorhome.
I don't think it's even 7 a.m. The alarm went off at 6 a.m. and it was like some kind of dream. It was dark outside and I suddenly remembered after 2 days in Paris, full-on days that we didn't get to bed until midnight, I'm doing solo parenting, full day in Disney, right up to the end when they do the projections and the fireworks. Gonna have a little caffeine hit now, and then we're gonna push on through until 11 p.m. and then in goes my signing out card. 3 months in France, out with a bang, done.
Okay, because they're probably nowhere near that far apart. But I did look, I think Paris was near the eye. So we've almost come full circle up to there.
So we started up here, Calais, Port de France.
In there, across there, did some crazy zigzagging.
Yeah.
Across there, down around the bottom, up to Chamonix, and then through Switzerland, and actually we went back through Switzerland.
By the way, for those watching who does know it's Chamonix, our kids like to call it Chamonix because it's hilarious, apparently.
Almost into Germany, and then across there.
First mission to get out about 8 o'clock, achieved. So we've turned up at Disney. That was nice and simple. She asked how long we were staying for. She's given us this form. She's told us where to go, and we have to ring when we want to leave and they will let us out, and it was €40. A little bit painful, but that's Disney for you, and the ability to stay overnight is amazing. We're self-contained, we've got all of our facilities, we're all changed up at the campsite anyway, so it's really great that we can just watch the end ceremony, the fireworks and the projections, and then get straight into the motorhome and go to sleep, all ready for our journey home tomorrow. Wow, so all of these motorhomes, they've either come today or they're leaving today, or perhaps they've got 2 or 3 day ticket. Sammy's looking forward to not traipsing around Paris like he has for the last 2 days. Take care, Sam. Right, just trying to remember where we are, and now we're walking in. So in the morning, bear in mind you're going to need to have your walking legs on you. The motorhome parking is the furthest parking away from the park. So there's 37 different parking areas for people to remember where their cars are. And beyond the 37th, I think it was G37, we then had motorhome parking, which is fine because there's travellators, but nearly all of the travellators were out of action this morning. So if you struggle with mobility, or you've got some little legs with you on your journey, yes, buggies, little pulley trailers might be useful, but hopefully having those travellators out of action isn't a common thing. It said they were being renovated, so maybe we were just unlucky, but it's good exercise first thing in the morning, even though we walked around Paris all day yesterday and the day before. So even though it's not even 9 o'clock, everybody's heading into the village. A lady asked me yesterday how you get into Disneyland Paris via train. There's the train station. It's dead simple, and you look for the Mickey Mouse symbol on the train line and you can't go wrong. So we've just gone through bag check, which was interesting because a Spanish lady got stopped in front of us, and there was this guy, the guy that was checking was really thorough. When you've got metal objects in your bag, they appear almost like an x-ray bone might appear, and she looked like she had so many metal objects, and they were all something to do with nail filing. But she didn't just have one nail file, she had multiple nail files, like about 12. And so he was kind of pointing them all out on the screen. And she has to take them all out, she can't take them in because it's defined as a dangerous weapon. So good for them for being thorough. And the guy there checked what language he spoke, which was Spanish, and he immediately switched over to Spanish, which was incredibly impressive. So well done, security. So I've never had that before. I've been to Disney several times before, and normally when you bought your tickets online in advance, you had to go and get the little cardboard ticket. But I just went up and asked the lady because I couldn't see any of the vending machines for the tickets. They've obviously got into the modern era, and the barcode that I've been sent, or the smart code that I've been sent for all of the tickets we have today, I can just use that, just use my phone. I do like the idea of a paper ticket simply because I worry everything being online, if your phone runs out of charge or you have an issue with your phone or whatever else, it might put you in a difficult situation. We just need to make sure we're charged up. So our kids want to do the studios first. So we're unusually not going straight into the Disney park, we're going to the studios park. So it's a little bit extra. And I always get my tickets to Disney on Attractions Tickets Direct because it's always a tiny bit cheaper than buying it directly from the park itself. So it was about, I'd say, 5 to 10 euros cheaper per ticket. And then we waited until the 4th of September because the ticket price dropped an incredible amount of euros per person. So yeah, it was really worthwhile waiting until, in theory, French kids went back to school or kids went back to school. Obviously it's still busy, but not as busy it would have been during the summer holidays. This is the way in. Bonjour, bonjour.
Well, that's always a bit of a depressing sight, isn't it? Just as I boiled just enough water for a tea. Right, so here we are. I say we, it's kind of you and me, because the rest of the gang, apart from Sammy down the front there, gone into Disneyland for the day. So I'm at Disneyland Paris, brackets car park, and it's quite the sight. Let me show you outside. So although, as far as I know, there's no facilities, we did see someone shoot by on an e-scooter with their toilet cassette on the front. So there could be an emptying facility here, because you might want to stay a couple of days. It's vast. You can see all behind me here, and all around me over there, and way off into the distance. Van upon van, must be millions of pounds worth of car parking fees. I mean, vans here. But when you think about it, it's a good old business, this, for Disney. Anyway, the downside for me is I want a piece of this golden sunshine, but because they've shaded everybody, unless I sort of park in the main strip, I'm going to run out of battery today. I've got about 19% at the moment, according to the Bluetooth app that you get with the Venergy battery. There's no current going to it, and I can see why. So perhaps as the sun swings around, I'll move over onto the other side if there's a space and we'll charge up on there. Anyway, back to my exciting day in the office. But first I'm going to get that tea sorted. Just trying to do some work. Once again, I'm being plagued by leaf blowers. Even at Disney, he's not even in costume. I can't have that as the soundtrack to my trip. There he is. Inconsiderate. I've just taken a little break from work to have a look around at what 40 euros gets you in terms of facilities. Now, judging by the big buzz in the background, these shades are actually producing electricity, except they're not giving you the option to buy it. So sadly we're off-grid today, and you can see it's lovely and sunny, except we're not making any energy underneath the shades. Now there was a chap with a toilet cassette who came up this way. I can't see anything. Got the usual yellow, green waste and black waste there for recycling, but I can't see anything else. I wonder how the others are getting on.
Throughout your journey, please refrain from eating, drinking, and smoking.
Wow, this canyon is so beautiful.
Earthquake!
Wow, Peter!
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, it's really hot.
One thing I will say, if B hasn't said it already, is today, Monday the 4th of September, the reason why we chose today is because a lot of the schools have gone back today. So a lot of kids gone back to school, a lot of parents have gone back to work, which is why a lot of the car park is actually half empty. I've just popped out for a walk with Sammy, and of course I've now found there's a few spaces in the sunshine, so I shall move and gobble up as much sunshine as I possibly can.
You can sling webs like Spider-Man. And our host today has created his own real-time translation device to help you better enjoy the presentation.
Hey, Captain America, that's really cool. The Dragon's Cave. We're having a good day so far. We've spent some time in the studios, and now we're back in Disneyland Park, and it is just so magical here. Just the whole thing, it's a different level.
Well, that was interesting. I had to leave my phone in the motorhome for the radio for Sammy. Obviously the vents were all open and stuff. There's no Wi-Fi here in the car park, so to make sure he wasn't alone, I left the radio on thinking, one last look at the map, easy peasy, so left and a right. When you do it, and then you hit a roundabout and you think, it's supposed to be a roundabout here, and then there's a map, you look at the map, and you're miles away from where you're supposed to be. Then you go back, and also leaving here is one thing, a couple of strange looks. Coming back in against the tidal flow of people leaving and then having to go through security and explain you're in a camping car when I've got no ID on me, my phone with any form of tickets is in the motorhome with the dog. Luckily, I just said, from the camping car section, and she just went, okay, goodbye, and walked off. So it was that easy. Anyway, I picked up some lovely treats from the casino supermarket around the corner. A couple of little things for the journey home tomorrow, because I've just worked out that for a sort of 1 o'clock crossing, we are about a good 4 to 5 hours away with a bit of contingency. So it's going to be a late night for the boys once they've watched the laser show and stuff on the Sleeping Beauty's castle. And then we're going to have to get up super early and leave by 7 or 8, so they can sit there in their pants for all I care. Maybe I will too. Take a leaf out of the guy's book yesterday when we were on the boat tour, and somebody suddenly said there's a naked man in the middle of Paris next to the Seine. A naked man had just climbed out the river, and everybody was like spun around to take a look, including me, and rather awkwardly he just went and he waved at the boat. But there were hundreds of people on the opposite bank anyway, so it's the French way, I guess. Anyway, shan't be rocking the total naked look tomorrow, but I'm just saying, in a rush, anything goes.
Coming up to 7 PM now, feeling really tired. Tomorrow, home and rest. We're enjoying Running Man's Swiss Family Robinson's Treehouse. It's a book we've shared recently, so Phoenix remembers the story well.
Wait, Mum, when we leave, aren't you going to get us one thing from the toy shop?
Something small.
Okay, so my day finished. We've done a nice walk with Sammy. I've even checked out the waste facilities from Motorhome, and it looks pretty neglected, to be honest. There's 3 stations. I can't tell if you can get water fill up there or not, and I shouldn't really talk about the middle one because it looks like there's a little hole in the ground on each one for black waste, except someone's just poured a great big load of it right in the middle. I only noticed that because of the 1,000 flies that were flying over the top of it. Anyway, get that thought out of my mind. So I'm sitting here with my dinner for one. You might notice the lack of vegetables and colour in here. That's because I cooked it and not B. So it's still going to taste great.
So it's probably close to 11:30. I think it's nearly midnight, and we've got to leave about 7 to half 7. It's been a day and a half. It's been amazing, exhausting, frustrating, anger-inducing at times, but above all, it's been magical and memories made. Daz has held the fort here. We've returned back. He's made pasta pesto because one of the frustrating things was trying to get food at the end of the day and being sat in a queue that just didn't move. And I was thinking, what could possibly be taking so long? So he made pasta pesto for us. We sat down and we ate it, and we've all just slowly slowed down and come off our Disney highs. But yeah, the legs are aching, and tomorrow is going to be a long day. So listening outside, I can hear the sounds of people chatting, talking, bouncing off the roof here in the motorhome parking. Sounds like people are skateboarding. It's not going to be a very quiet night, I don't think, which is a shame because it's probably one of the most expensive nights we've spent camping in the last 3 months. We shall see how it is in the morning, but what I do know is that we need to leave on time.
Well, that's something you don't expect to see every day. Good morning, Mr. Praying Mantis, perhaps? Oh gosh. Do you want to come back to the UK with us? I'll have a go at shutting the window in a minute. Sorry, buddy. You haven't got a passport. Come on, you. We gotta go. So here we have it, your beautiful Disney service spot, which has all the signs of no entry, don't go this way, no camper vans to get to. Now yesterday someone had emptied their toilet cassette all around this area, so it's nice to know that it gets regularly cleaned or flushed away. I mean, there is still some remnants there, I think, of something. Right, let's get on with it. Oh, there you go. Spoke too soon. Lovely, nice little fresh plopper there next to where I've got to reach down. Yes, I was going to say, where I took Sammy for a walk earlier, over to a big grass area over there, unfortunately it was covered in fresh dog poo, so lots of people here walk their dogs over there and have no intention of picking up the mess after themselves. And a bit like this here, I think on this trip, one thing that's really made some special moments is the people, some of the people you meet. And I think what's made some of the worst parts of the trip is some of the people you meet. So sometimes it's not really the place, it's the people, isn't it? I mean, this just feels like a car park, doesn't feel magical right now. Especially with all the work going on. I think they're still building all of their solar panel stuff over there. Anyway, we'll get this done quickly and then hit the road, because we've got 4 to 5 hours, and if we leave any later, we're only just going to get there in time. Right, crack on. So this is the actual black waste, covered in poop, absolutely grim. I think Mickey needs to come out here and see this for himself. Well, lucky for me, I carry a bag of flush water to rinse the cassette out with, because there's no obvious tap here, so people could be mixing taps again, which is just disgusting. So to be honest, for €40, for a noisy night's sleep, no electricity, and rather neglected and stinky services, I think I might be writing a letter of encouragement to Disney to see if they can improve on this should we ever come back.
So we're leaving at 7:30 in the morning as planned, 2 minutes to spare. Yeah, it kind of wipes the shine away a little bit, the motorhome service area. What were your general takeaways from there?
Yeah, nothing special, nothing compared to the actual site, and nothing compared to the cost of being here either.
Yeah, you're paying a premium literally, so you're a 15-minute walk. It is still the furthest walk in the most distant part of the car park. Yeah, it's not glamorous, and for a service change point, it could be a lot more well-maintained and hygienic.
Yeah, there was fresh ploppers there this morning, just in the grey waste area, and last night. I would say that they've got recycling facilities.
They're nice and clean.
It's a pretty level site, and there is something like 400 spaces for motorhomes, so...
Yeah, you're probably going to get a spot, there's no doubt about it. There's plenty of spaces, so we did feel like we had our choice of spaces when we got in last night, but there is nothing special about it at all. It's like parking in a multi-storey car park. Apart from having this in the window, which proves that we've paid our parking, we haven't been asked for any other proof as we left. And I'm assuming they know that some of the motorhomes probably need to make connections, so they leave the barrier up at night time. I'm guessing at 10 o'clock that barrier comes down, because they want to double check whether people have paid the correct fee for their stay, because as soon as it hits 10 o'clock, you're then going to be in for another €40. So we're opting for a toll road this morning. It's probably only our 4th toll road in 3 months, and we're quite proud of that. But it just gives us a bit of a time cushion this morning, seeing as we do have to get to Calais for 1, and it's already just past 8 o'clock.
1 o'clock is our crossing kind of time, so we've got to be there by 12, say, because Sammy might need, I don't know if he needs checking in.
Yeah, he will do. Yeah, he needs his paperwork checking. That was our first toll road leaving Disneyland Paris, and that was €6.10. So, on our way to Calais, if that's a journey you're going to take, the first toll road is €6.10. $45.80. $45.80. That is super expensive. Okay, so I've been asleep, so excuse any drool. We've just done the second toll, so it's 2 tolls between Disneyland Paris and heading to Calais now. We're half an hour from Calais. Saved us about an hour and a half, and that's been vital this morning. What did it cost us to buy that time? The answer is about €52. So if you've got plenty of time, then you can extend your journey by an hour and a half and save yourself €52. Yeah, I guess so. Well, that couldn't have been more straightforward. Gave in my pet certificate and our booking and literally got a piece of paper to stick in my windscreen. So thank you, Le Shuttle. That was as easy as pie. Here we go. Here we go, we're off. The only thing I had to do when we went into pet reception was to scan his barcode, which wasn't as quick as I've normally scanned it, but I managed to find it in the end just by moving it around. It does actually say in some of his pet paraphernalia where it is, which ear it's behind, but I managed to find it in the end just moving the scanner around. But that was the only tiny bit of anxiety that I had, and I thought, well, I'm sure it'll come and help me if I can't find it. But other than that, booking confirmation printed, animal health certificate with the section filled out by the French vet regarding the worming, and I was in and out quicker than anybody else I could see there. So super simple, and you see signs for pet reception the second you come into Calais.
Well, it's not the greatest sign in the world. There's our train time, 1:25, and you can see in the top left corner it's 1:16, and we're still in the queue 9 minutes before it apparently leaves. Oh, we're moving. Spoke too soon. I'm gonna get beeped. Oh dear, better catch up. Oh yeah, seatbelt.
So we wave goodbye to the country we've called home for the last nearly 3 months. Goodbye, France. Thank you so much for having us. And hello, Tunnel. It's our turn now. And in less than an hour we'll be back on English soil.
We're off.
Require any assistance, you can call a crew member using the call points situated on the side panels of the carriage.
We're off, Sammy. You don't know where to, but you're going to love it. Yeah, I'm going to love it. The beauty of owning a motorhome on a tunnel, way, is the home comforts. Right, while they're comforting themselves with homework and screens, I'm going to transfer some video files. There's some very happy boys in the background there. We're not home yet though.
It's really cool. My kids are really excited about seeing their hometown. It's lovely. It's because it's been so long, it's very exciting for them.
Sammy!
Playroom! It stinks in here.
Hey? Oh my god. Looks like we've been robbed. Oh my god. Oh no! Silly me. This is how we leave it. Couple of days of tidying up, I think, now. Well, that's it. So 5 and at times 6 people and a dog, 11 regions of France, 82 days, and about 4,265.25 miles. It's over. Done. We've done it and survived. Now, this feels a little bit like the Jerry Springer section at the end where he sits and discusses some sort of moral with the audience and yourself and the viewer before ending. There are no morals, but all I would say is if you can escape and you can go and learn a little bit of history, learn about the stuff around you, and get closer to nature, then you should do. It's good for your soul. And until our next escape, thanks for watching.